What's up, you guys? It's your girl and Samantha. Welcome back to my channel. I know it's been so long since I said that, you guys. It's been about like 3 weeks since I've recorded a new video. I felt so like out of touch. I felt like, I don't know, everything just wasn't right because I haven't filmed in so long, and like filming for you guys is something that keeps me going. It's like my passion. So I'm so excited to be finally back with you guys. But if you are new, definitely hit that red subscribe button down below and hit that post notification bell so you know when I post new videos. And if you guys are new, thank you so much for kicking it with me. Thank you for coming back. In today's video, I'm just going to be showing you guys how I do this really simple, classic, clean Instagram baddie. Okay, I'm doing the most now. It's not really an Instagram baddie look, but like, she could be Instagram baddie, like, you know, I don't know, but I'm just showing you guys how I do my no makeup everyday kind of look. I know for some people this might be too much for everyday, but yeah, this is just a nice classic, clean, fresh beat. I don't usually wear this every single day, but this is like my updated like foundation complexion routine that I do in the winter time because my skin tends to get a lot drier. If you are like me and you want to learn, or you want to just see what kinds of things that I use for my complexion, then definitely keep on watching. So yeah, without further ado, let's get this video started. Okay guys, so I also just wanted to let you know that today I'm actually filming with a camera opposed to my phone. So I am not really sure how the quality is going to look, but I am really excited to kind of learn the camera. It's not really a top-notch camera or anything like that, but I am making the transition from my iPhone 11 to one of my dad's cameras. My dad's a photographer, so he lent me one of his cameras. So this is definitely a huge learning curve for me, so forgive me if the quality of the sound and the picture is not typically what I usually film. Let me stop rambling and let's get to this face. So first things first, I am going to be doing my brows, and for that I am going to be using the Stud eyebrow pencil. So I'm just gonna get a little bit closer for you guys so you guys can see exactly what I'm doing. So before I do anything, I'm just gonna go ahead and brush my brows into place. And I also want to say my skin has been just unruly, rude, and disrespectful, so we are trying to get that under control. So definitely don't mind how my skin is looking. Okay, so to start my brows, I just do an outline underneath, and then I do the same thing on top, and I basically for the most part follow my natural the natural shape of my eyebrows. And then once I've done the top outline, I go ahead and fill it in. And I also just want to add that this video may be a little bit long, so I will definitely have timestamps for you guys, so you don't have to watch the whole video if you do not want to. Okay, so up next, I'm just going to conceal my brows. So I'm using my Fenty Pro Filter Concealer in the color 430. So that's what I'm going to use, and I'm just going to put that on the back of my hand like this. And then I'm taking this flat Morphe concealer brush, this M224 brush, and I'm just going to start carving out my brows. To blend out my concealer, I'm using my Morphe M173 brush, and this is a pretty dense brush, and I just like how it diffuses the concealer and just allows everything to look seamless. So before I conceal the top part of my brows, I'm using my Morphe clear brow gel, and I'm just going to put that all over my brows, and this is just going to help keep them in place. And then I'm going to go ahead and conceal the top of my brows with my Born This Way Multi Sculpt Concealer in the color Toffee. And again, once I got my concealer down, I'm going to use my Morphe M173 brush and just buff that all out. So I moisturize my face off camera, and for primer I'm using the Milk Hydrogrip primer. I absolutely love how this feels on my skin. It makes my makeup last longer, and it is actually pretty hydrating. So this is definitely a go-to for my winter routine. So the other thing that I really like to add, just for some added dew and shine to my skin, like not really shine but like moisture, I add this Honey Dew Me Up from NYX. I really like this stuff. It just gives me that added glow from within kind of look, especially during winter when obviously you don't have that bronzy look. I just find that this is something that definitely helps to bring back that like summery glowy vibe. So I just add a little bit of this over my primer, and it has a really nice applicator. That's what it looks like. So I just do like a little dab, and I just let it dry down. Typically, unless I'm really going for a super beat look, I usually would color correct, but for everyday looks, to be honest, I do not color correct. If you do want to see a video of me showing you guys how I do color correct my hyperpigmentation around my nose and just like some other areas of my face, then definitely comment down below and let your girl know. Next, I'm going to be using my Fenty, and this is in the color 430, and I'm just going to put that on my face. For now, I'm going to put about 2.5 pumps, and then I'm using my Morphe 439 brush to blend this all out. I do have most of my hyperpigmentation around my mouth, so I'm definitely going to go back ahead. I'm going to go back after I'm done my face and just add a little bit more and press that in. I don't really add an excess of foundation to my forehead because I don't really need a lot of coverage, and also because I'm going to be adding a lot more product like bronzer and highlight to the majority of my forehead. So like I said, I'm just adding a few more pumps to areas that need a little bit more coverage, and for this I'm actually going to be blending out with my beauty blender. And honestly, the other thing is that I never thought there was a difference between like the real beauty blender and like just generic ones, and there's definitely a difference. I will spend the extra money for the beauty blender because it is bomb. But I digress. Next, I'm going in with my Fenty, the same concealer that I used, the Fenty 430 concealer, and I'm just going underneath my eyes, the bridge of my nose, my chin area, as well as my forehead. So that's what I'm looking like, and I'm just going to wait for this to dry down a little bit, and then I'm going to come back to you guys and start blending this out. And typically you just want to make sure that you don't have to do this, but this just makes the blending just a little bit more seamless, because obviously as the product is wet, when you're dabbing it down with the sponge, it's going to be taking off layers of the product, but once it's dried down and seeped into your skin a little bit better, it gives your skin a little bit more coverage and just gives it an overall flawless finish. So that's what we're looking for. So yeah, I'm just gonna wait for it to dry down on my skin a little bit, and then I'm gonna go ahead with my beauty blender and start blending this out. So I'm just going to wet my beauty blender with my Morphe continuous spray. So I'm just gonna wet that, and it's nice and damp now, and I'm just going to blend this out. And just to give me a nice blank canvas look, I'm going in with the same concealer, and I'm just putting that on my eyelids as well. So that's what that's looking like. I do want a little bit more brightness underneath my eyes. I mean, if you are not into like the really highlighted under eye look, then you can definitely leave it as is, but I just want a little bit of oomph, like a little bit of like I'm awake, I'm alive, like I don't have 2 kids and I go to bed at 3 o'clock every night. So I'm just gonna add a little bit to brighten up my eyes a bit. And so I'm adding my Juvia's Place concealer. So that's what it looks like, and this is in the color 12. I'm just gonna add a tiny bit underneath my eyes. I'm just gonna leave it like that, and again I'm gonna let it dry down. Also want to make sure that you're looking up as you're doing this, because if not, your concealer is just going to seep into your fine lines. So look up as much as you can so that you are not setting the concealer into your lines. Okay, so that's what it's looking like. As you guys can see, it just looks a little bit more brighter and just a little bit more fresh. So that's the look that I was going for. I am gonna brighten up my nose highlight just a little bit as well. So I'm going in with my Fenty Beauty setting spray and setting powder, and this is in the color Honey. So I already have some here. There is some in the cap. So I'm just dipping my beauty blender into the cap of the setting powder, and I'm only putting enough powder to set the concealer. I'm not putting excess powder on my face to bake or anything like that, but this is just going to also help brighten it up a little bit. So if you again are not into that bright look, you can definitely use a more skin toned setting powder. And once I'm done that, I'm just using this fluffy e.l.f. brush, and I'm just going to use this to fluff out any excess powder that may be on my face. And I know right now I do look a little bit powdery and ashy, but I will definitely fix that once I spray my face. So I'm taking my Fenty Matchstik in the color Espresso, and I'm just going to start putting that in my areas to snatch my face. So those are pretty much the areas that I put it. I kind of brought this in too much, so hopefully it doesn't look too crazy. But next I'm just going to go ahead and use my beauty blender and blend this all out. So I'm spraying with my setting spray again, and I don't know if you guys realize, but I definitely wet my sponge too much. You guys can see that, so don't make the same mistake that I did. But again, you're just going to keep blending it out until that line is no longer harsh, and just keep blending, just keep blending, just keep blending, blending. But yeah, just continue going until you don't really see that line and everything is blending nice and seamlessly. So just to marry everything together, I do go back again with my foundation brush, and I'm just going to stipple all over to basically marry the contour and the rest of my face. For bronzer, I'm using my Fenty bronzers in Cocoa Naughty and Mocha Mami. I really like both bronzers. I'm just gonna show you guys the difference. One is very red, and that's the color that I use for my summer shade, but we haven't gone anywhere, so I am not tanned as much as I would like to be. So this is the difference. So one is very much more red than the other. This is Mocha Mami, this is Cocoa Naughty. So I'm just going to dip into both of them and hopefully get the right color. I find that, like, I'll show you guys what Coconutty looks like. It's very subtle. So that's what it looks like. It's honestly very natural looking. So I probably will go ahead and add just a little bit of Mocha Mami. I don't know if you guys can see, but I just added a little bit more red. So this is with Mocha Mami and this is without. So it's definitely just more red and more warm. So I'm just gonna add a tiny little bit more. And I'm just going to do a very light nose contour, and again I'm going in with my two bronzers, and I'm just using this small, what is this, a Morphe 506 brush. I'm dipping into that to both palettes, well, both bronzers I should say, and I'm just doing a light sculpt, nothing serious, nothing too noticeable. I'm just going to bring you guys a little bit closer. So one thing I always use basically every single time I do my makeup is the Saharan blush palette volume 1. This palette is super beautiful, you guys. Like, I just love these three colors. I use them basically all the time. For blush, I'm going to be using this Juvia's Place tapered blush brush. It's J123 brush, and I think I'm just going to add like a nice flush of orange. And orange is a color that is very beautiful on dark skin, and it just gives you that glow. So that's what I'm going to be adding today. I'm just picking up a little bit and I'm adding that to the apples of my cheeks. Again, I'm not adding too much, but you guys can just see, like, it just, no blush. Just gives you a nice flush of color onto your face. So very minimal, but also very effective. And so because this is a natural sort of everyday look, I don't want to do too much on the eyes, so I am going to be using my bronzers as a multi-purpose product. So I'm just taking a fluffy Morphe brush, and I dipped into both of these same palettes that I used earlier, and I'm just putting that all over my lids. And this is just gonna give you that nice warmth, and it also is a nice balance for the rest of the bronzer that you put on your face. I just really love how effortless this looks. It's kind of like, looks like you did something without really doing very much. So I really enjoy how natural and effortless this looks. So clearly it's not a big difference, but it definitely helps. Like, it just gives you a little something, you know? So because I have really curly eyelashes, you guys, I do go ahead and use an eyelash curler the opposite way most people would use it, and this is just going to help straighten my lashes so I can reach my lash band when I am putting on my liner as well as the falsies. So as you can see, I'm turning it upside down, and this is definitely a trick that you can use if your lashes are very curly as well. It does not hurt, I promise you guys, but it's definitely a great hack to help you get to your lash band. So once I've done that, I'm going with my Morphe Blackout liquid liner, and I'm just doing a very subtle winged liner. By this time, you guys, like, I should have a Morphe code. The amount of times I have told you that these products are from Morphe. But anywho, I'm just, as I said, I'm just doing a slight wing, and this is something that's also hard because not only are my eyelashes curly, but I have partially hooded eyes. So definitely take your time if you have hooded eyes as well. But also, if you guys want a tutorial for a winged liner, definitely comment down below. So to prep my eyes for lashes, I'm using my Lancome Monsieur Big mascara, and I'm going to be putting that on the top and bottom lashes. So the lashes that I'm using today are actually from Amazon, believe it or not, you guys. This pack was $14.99 for, I believe, 14 pairs, and they're called New Cali lashes. I will have them listed in the description box down below for you guys, but they are just the perfect match to like a natural look. They're nice and wispy, they don't add too much volume, so I really like that. So I'm using my Juvia's Place Royalty II highlighter, and I'm also using this Morphe 501 brush. I'm just dipping that into the lid, and I'm just gonna do a light dusting of highlight. So to set my face and make sure that not only does my makeup last longer, but I also get rid of that powdery, ashy look, I'm using my Morphe Continuous Setting Spray Mist, and I'm just going to spray this all over my face. To finish off the look, I'm going to go ahead with my lips, and I'm using my MAC Chestnut Lip Liner. I'm just going to line these lips. Like so. I think I'm just gonna use my NYX Soft Matte Cream in the color London, and I'm just gonna put that on my lippies. Where's my mirror? Up here. This is honestly like my favorite nude combo. And just to make everything pop, I'm just adding some clear lip gloss on top. So this is the final look, you guys. I really hope that you enjoyed it. I really hope you liked it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I don't know why you want to start off the new year like this. Like, let's not do that. Let's start the new year on a positive note, and subscribe to my channel. Definitely leave a comment down below if you enjoyed it. Let me know if you guys want me to try some more makeup products, if you guys want me to do different types of videos, like things that you guys want to learn, whether it's about complexion or how to do your eyebrows, whatever it is. Comment down below and let your girl know so I can deliver that kind of content to you guys. But I will see you guys in another video. So for now, I'm going to say toodles.